Hello Star Family and welcome to my channel. This pick a card reading is going to take a look at what needs action from you right now. So maybe what area of your life needs your action. So if you haven't as of yet chosen a card stack or crystal on the table, go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps down below in the description box where you can go directly to the portion of the video that's going to give you an up close and personal look at the cards on the table. If you feel that you need more time during your selection process, go ahead and pause on the screen to extend your time. And if intuitively you feel nudged and led to choose more than one pile, then by all means, please listen to your intuition because that'll always be highly encouraged here. These readings are also timeless, so whether you watch it at the upload time or sometime later down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that intuitive pull or nudge to watch, there may indeed be a message here for you. Nonetheless, I try to remind everybody that these readings are general. I can't possibly expect to connect with each and every one of you that clicks on this reading. You know, take what resonates and leave what doesn't in that sense. And let's say if you feel that this reading doesn't connect for you that way, maybe have some fun exploring my channel, right? There's a bunch of messages of pick a cards, a variety of topics I've already done. You might find another message hidden for you somewhere in there instead. Nonetheless, I trust that the universe is always going to guide you right and true to the messages that you need for your journey at this time, even if they're not here with me. So I will leave you here. I will clear the table and I will meet you at your reading of choice. Pile number 1, you chose the Desert Rose Crystal, and this is the Muse Tarot for your reading. So we are looking at what needs action from you right now. This could be an area of life or something that maybe needs your attention. So what needs action from you right now? So let's see, we're using the Muse Tarot for you today. Let's see if we can get a few cards to get the message out for you. See what needs action from you right now. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, wow. Whoa. All right, so we have the Knight of Emotions. That would be the Knight of Cups. We have the Cosmos, the World card. Interesting. It's beautiful. And then we have the Queen of Materials, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy, right? And what this is telling me is that what needs your attention is that you follow through with something on your heart with the Knight of Cups energy. Maybe it's something that you've been intuitively prompted with spiritually. And the feeling is to take action on those things that have been nudging or tugging on your heart. It could be a creative endeavor. It could be a career opportunity or maybe idea. It could also even be a hobby because sometimes the Cups energy can be creative. The Wands are that way also. But the feeling is here to take action in the direction of those things that you know and sense on your heart are the right things for you. So if you've in any way been hesitating on your journey to pursue something tangible, something maybe career-wise, something creative-wise, maybe a business endeavor, something that maybe has been tugging on you, maybe in regards to moving, relocating, because we do have the World card here. And we also have the Knight, which Knights talk about movement, speed, action, momentum. So it's like going in the direction of those things on your heart. And in this case, for some of you, it could be a job, a new job, career endeavor, line of study. It could also be somewhere that you've been desiring to travel or relocate to. The feeling is here with the World energy and the Queen. If you're at any point concerned if you'll be stable, if you'll be able to do this, if you will be fiscally, financially, tangibly supported, the Queen of Materials, Queen of Pentacles is very provided for. She's blessed in that way. She has everything that she needs to make it happen. And she's stable, secure in her surroundings. So if you have any fears of whether this is something that you'll be able to pursue and be supported in doing, I feel very confident in her energy because she is. She's confident. She's secure. She doesn't really worry about the world around her because she knows all is well. All is good. Not only that, you have the World card here, which is indicating that if you were to pursue this thing on your heart, follow your intuition this way, and go with the flow of the way you're being nudged in this direction, the World card is telling us that you will have success. You will accomplish what you set out to do. So not only will you be secure with the Queen of Pentacles, but you'll also be successful in the outcome. Okay, when all is said and done, you will have achieved what you set out to do, because it is a card of graduation, leveling up, accomplishment, success. And you know what? Taking action in its direction, in the direction of those things in your heart, is also going to, with the World card, close out a very, like a cycle that needs to close itself out. It's going to close it out completely. It's going to finish that chapter in your journey successfully, because a World card is that. It concludes and completes a cycle. Whether that cycle was good or bad is kind of irrelevant, because you are successfully closing it out, completing it, and providing the space for you to step into the new. Because the World card is literally the last card in the major arcana. So it's telling us that something has finished and something new is about to begin. So moving in the direction of this with the Knight of Cups is going to help you to successfully put something behind you, close out a chapter in your life that needs closed out, in order for you to start over fresh and new, and create a stable future with that Queen of Pentacles. You know, she lives a very lush, vibrant, and thriving life and lifestyle. She doesn't want for anything. She's secure in her home. She's secure in her money. She's secure with her finances, her job, you know, her tangible world, her earthly realm is safe, secure, and ultimately provided for. So the feeling is here, you making these moves in the direction of those things that maybe your heart has been tugging you about is going to level you up successfully and securely. So whatever ideas that you've kind of, I feel like, put on the back burner in some way, or that you've been on the brink of moving in the direction of, that is what you need to move in. That's what you need to take action on. You need to go and do that. You need to find a way or make a plan to move in the direction of those things on your heart, because intuitively you know this is what's best for you. Your intuition probably has been nudging you to make moves in the direction of these things. And maybe some of you have already been doing the work, the legwork, to perhaps move you in the direction of this. But what this is saying is, the minute you actually, right? I don't know, I just heard set it in stone. I don't know why the Queen of Pentacles is giving me that vibe. The minute you become resolute, right, about what it is that you want to do, and there's no changing your mind, and you are very confident in your choice and the actions that you're about to embark upon, it literally sets the stage. It creates a catalyst for things to take off for you. There may be some literal travel involved for some of you. Maybe your success lies elsewhere. If you're looking to switch something up in a job or a location, your success lies in that other place that you've been nudged to go in, or that other direction you've been nudged to pursue. And if it's figurative, let's say, when you follow your intuition and you trust the guidance that is being given to you, and you go in the direction of that, you close out a chapter in your journey and you successfully begin a new one. One where you're more deeply rooted within yourself, spiritually. You're learning to trust yourself a lot more, and you could put a lot of the past behind you and learn to trust yourself and your intuition moving forward to secure your path in no matter what you do. And that is a level up in itself spiritually, because you're trusting your higher self and the divine guidance of spirit to always guide the way, and you can't fail in that, because you've gotten to a point where you're secure in the way that you interpret it, in the way that you allow it to direct you. So to me, this is saying the minute you pursue and take action on those things that you've been kind of inspired with, it changes things, right? It shifts things. It closes out so much that was stale and old. It feels like it needed to be closed out and finished, right? It kind of closes the chapter on that and helps usher you into a new one where things, it feels like with the Queen of Pentacles, just are solid for you. They just go your way. So trust that your success lies on the other side of taking these actions, taking these steps, and trusting yourself to follow through with those intuitive nudges. You have something to achieve on the other side of taking the action that maybe you know you need to take. Like I said, it could be action in regards to a creative endeavor, a work change, like a change in your job or line of study or work, maybe a business pursuit, relocation, moving, right? Like I said, you could get inspired or creative energy in the Cups cards, because sometimes they're artistic and whatnot. You get the travel energy, movement, relocating, also from the world, and the movement also can come from the night, because that's what horses do. They move, they go, they run. So you get movement energy from these two cards. And then the career switch up change for some of you. Yes, and even the relocating of a home. I will even say that with the Queen of Pentacles, because she can talk about the household and domesticity. So yeah, these cards are playing off of each other really well in this way. But Queen of Pentacles for sure. Action in regards to a job change, a home change, a business endeavor. Like it's like feeling like tangible action, right? In the direction of these things. But once you do, they set the stage for a secure future. Stability, where it may be where you haven't had it. So it feels like you could, with this action, you could be moving from instability to stability, right? And that always feels good, I think. To know that you're safe and secure in the choices and the actions that you take. So I have the Flower Petals Oracle. I'm going to grab just a few cards here. Whoa, okay. Well, those are a lot, but this one gave me its face, so I will accept this one. It says, Violet, the answers and truths are always within. Like I said, it's a matter of following your intuition, right? The Knight of Cups moves in the direction of those things on its heart, on those things that it intuits within. So the feeling is, are you trusting yourself enough to move in the direction of those things when you're nudged with them? Because from personal experience, okay, if I sit on what I'm intuitively nudged to do or pursue, I become restless. There's a restless energy. And the reason why I have come to understand that one becomes restless is because Spirit is nudging you with these things, and you can't sit on them and ignore them, because that'll be the result. You end up becoming restless. It's something that your soul, your higher self, is nudging you to do. And if you ignore it or you put it off or you hesitate, it's not a good feeling. So if there's anything, right, that you have been intuitively feeling like you should do, but you've been worried about whether you can, right, that's actually the very thing that needs action from you. Okay. And I kind of remind everybody that the minute you take the action and you move in the direction of those things, you immediately feel a sense of liberation and relief, because you don't have the resistance of the shoulda, couldas, and wouldas, right? Of, oh, should I do this? Should I not do that? Like, you don't have the back and forth messing with you. And it's like the minute you decide to decide, and you follow through with that nudge, there's a sense of liberation and relief that comes with it. And that's how you know. That's how you know it's the right thing, because the resistance immediately gets relieved, or you get relieved of it and it gets released. So let's see if we can get another card here. So yeah, I think this is tying into, right, the energy of following one's intuition with that Knight of Cups. Let's see if we can get one more. Gardenia. So we have the violet, we have the gardenia. It says, listen. Oh my gosh, no way. Listen to the divine whisper stirring in your heart. I mean, how much more confirmation do we need? That's exactly the energy of the Knight of Cups. Okay? Listen to the divine whisper stirring in your heart. The answers and the truth, right, is within. It's always within. So you already know what you need to take action on. The thing is, you just might be hesitating on it, right? Hesitating to follow through with it. And I think sometimes, you know, human nature, like we do that to ourselves. We kind of psych ourselves out of stuff that we know we need to do in that way. So let's go ahead and grab a card here. I have a final oracle. I have the Oracle of the Fairies for you. And then I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers. So let's see. Pile number 1, viewers. Let's see. Final message for you in this reading. Whoa, okay. I like when that happens. It says lost and found. It says what was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy, sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So this is interesting because the vibe, and look, the cat there is a symbol also of intuition. So the vibe that this is giving me, okay, is that, and it's a little different than what the card is saying, and I'm relating it to the tarot. What you end up finding is what you never realized you knew you needed or wanted on the other side of this pursuit, on the other side of the action you're about to take. I hope that makes sense, because it says what was once lost is about to be found. But it kind of feels more like what you didn't know what you never knew was waiting for you, okay, is what ends up getting found. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. I don't think anything is lost, because there's no such thing as separation. Okay, so let's make that clear. I'm not always going to agree fully with the cards that show up on the table, okay? But in this case, because there is no such thing as separation, there's no such thing as loss in divine mind. Okay, we can never be separated from those things that truly belong to us. So when I'm looking at this card and I'm feeling it out, I want to switch that up a little bit, because the feeling is here. What you're going to find on the other side of taking this action is everything that you didn't even know was already yours. And if it was already yours, how could it ever be lost? If it always belonged to you from the get, how could it ever be lost? You see what I'm saying? Because we can never be separated from what belongs to us. We can never miss what's meant for us. So the feeling that this gives me is on the other side of this, right? Is going to be everything you never realized you wanted or needed, but you end up realizing that, yeah, this is it. Okay, so if you're feeling lost in any way, okay, this is saying the minute you take that action, you kind of relieve yourself of that feeling. Like I said, you relieve yourself of the resistance, because again, your intuition already knows what to do. So if it's like you get unstuck, you get unlost, I guess, quote unquote, lost, right? And you end up finding yourself in the process of taking this action. So it's like everything that you've always wanted, never maybe even knew you needed, right? Everything that already belongs to you is kind of like on the other side of this, and that is what you end up finding. But you also end up losing a part of yourself, right? Releasing with the World card, bringing those chapters and things to a close that need to come close. You end up losing those things in the process. You shed those facets of self and your identity and, you know, your life that doesn't fit where you're going now. And then you end up finding everything that is truly authentic to you on the other side of it. That's what that's giving me. Okay. So I hope that, you know, you can connect with that in some way. And let me know what you think about it. Okay. Because sometimes we got to lose or let go of something in order to find something new, right? We got to close something out, release something. And the World card is that. It's a change and transitionary card. It brings something to an end. And we have to kind of shed those things, let them go in order to find what really is on the other side of the new that's coming toward us. You let something go to make space for something new. You lose something in order to find, right? You lose a part of yourself. You let that go in order to find who you really are. Okay, so yeah. All right, let's see if we can get some angel numbers via the dice. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers to either, you know, sometimes the numbers that can come up can confirm a lot of what I've already said in this reading and or provide you with messages that perhaps you need personally on your journey. I don't like to recommend a source because it could be one you don't like, and I never want to imply that one source is better over another because there's tons on the internet. And I'm pretty sure once you do the research, you'll come across one that connects with you and resonates with you in your heart space. Follow through with that one, you know, trust what your heart leads you to in that regard. I also want you to take the journey to find the research numbers for yourself, because sometimes when you do, you may come across other signs, serendipity, and synchronicity that Spirit needs you to find. If I gave you a shortcut, I most certainly would probably rob you of having that experience, so I don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody to refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We don't ever want to rob anybody of finding that magic for themselves. So let's see what numbers come up for you. Pile number 1, viewers. All right, so we have a 3, 2, okay, and an 8. So 3, 28 is your angel number. I'm going to put that in the screen for you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider also joining my channel membership for exclusive readings and other content there for channel members only. You could also support my channel via my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop store link is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit there. I have handmade crystal jewelry and crafts that I make on my free time, as well as personal readings upon availability. Sometimes my availability can be slightly limited, but I always, you know, do my best to try to make sure I get readings out there for everybody when I have the chance. So it's just a matter of checking in every once in a while and see what readings are available. And you can purchase a reading at any time. Much love, and always keep shining. Pile number 2, viewers, you chose Carnelian for your crystal. This is your tarot deck. This is the Dreaming Way Tarot. And what we are looking at today is what action is needed from you. It could be action in a particular area of your life or something else maybe that needs your attention. So let's see. What action is needed from you right now? Pile number 2, viewers. What action is needed from you? Let's see. All right, so we have, the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Tower. Whoa, I kind of want to grab another one, because sometimes when like you have a card like that at the very end, right, it kind of leaves it open-ended. So let me address what I have on the table right now, and then I'll either look under the deck or I'll grab another card. So what needs your attention right now? I'm seeing 2 different scenarios. I'm seeing one in regards to love and relationships, but I also see one scenario in regards to business endeavors, because the Two of Cups can talk about business partnerships as well, contracts, unions coming together, not just romantically, but it can talk about that with, another person, platonically, business-wise. And we do have an Eight of Pentacles, which talks about work. So there's a layer of that in regards to career focus. But it looks like you need to kind of join forces with someone. And let me address the romantic side, and then I'll go into the career aspect of it. So the action that's required from you is to get in touch with somebody, reach out to somebody, connect with somebody with that Two of Cups. This could definitely be a soulmate. But this is somebody who really gives that vibe of kind of like being in alignment with you or seeing eye to eye with you. There's a match there. Okay, there's a good match. And the feeling is here, there's love there with that Two of Cups energy. There's definitely love. And the beautiful thing about this is that there's this energy of wanting to work on it, wanting to work on the connection, maybe to heal it. And the work energy is coming from the Eight of Pentacles, because that's an energy that invests its time and energy into something it really cares about, to try to build it up and make it become more than just Eight Pentacles, right? We want to grow from the 8 to the 9 into the 10. So the 10 of Pentacles. So the feeling is here, there might be, and the action that needs to take place is that there needs to be a way to bridge the gap, okay? So you might be needing to reach out to them. Maybe they need to reach out to you, but somebody has to bridge that gap. And the feeling is once you do, it kind of helps put things back into perspective to where you can both eventually like connect with your hearts, have that open conversation, and also learn to see eye to eye with one another, because that is that energy. It's like you see me, I see you, right? And we kind of can see and peer into each other's hearts. The feeling is that exchange needs to take place, and somebody's got to take the action to make that happen. And the feeling is here, once you do, you clear the air, right? You have the conversation here. You have the chat. You clear the air and you find a way to work on it together with that Eight of Pentacles and hone, right? Or build something with each other. Build it up from the ground up again in some way, if that's what it is. If it's the repairing of a relationship, then you're able to kind of work through the kinks and start over, build it up to where you, with the Tower energy, okay, can dismantle the past and those things that maybe kept you away from one another or kept you from agreeing or created a barrier or a wall between you, right? Because the Tower is massive change. It's the dismantling of an old system and paradigm. So if it's love, there's the chance here that if you were to take action in the direction of this person and connect with them romantically, right? This is your romantic partner, let's say, or friend. I mean, it could be anybody that maybe in some way you've had a falling out with. There's a way to repair this by having an open heart conversation, a heart-to-heart conversation, to where you can see what the other person feels, or you can kind of get their perspective. And the feeling is here, see where they're coming from, to where you can rebuild and build towards something in the future to where it becomes solid again. But the Tower energy, right? It's like you're not going to be able to rebuild, because that's what the Tower does. It dismantles so it can be rebuilt on something firmer, stronger, and a more solid foundation. So it's like you can't rebuild. You can't dismantle the past and all those things that weren't working together if you don't have that conversation. The Tower wants to dismantle so it can rebuild more solidly on things that are based in truth, on things that are based in, reality, and that are meant to last. It's not going to build on a false foundation moving forward. So to me, there's the potential to rebuild on something more authentic together. But the action that would be required is that you have that conversation, that you have that meeting, that encounter, that eye to eye, where you can work it out, that you can invest the time and energy into each other again to see, where it can go and how it can grow. and dismantle the past so it doesn't play a role or have an influence on what you're building together moving forward. Okay. Now, if this is like, say, business or career, I don't know, I got the vibe that some of you might have a resume hanging out there somewhere. And the feeling is here to make the phone call, make the connection, contact these people, have that conversation, see if they misplaced your resume or something like that. Reach out and see, because it feels like the opportunity could be there to join forces or connect and place yourself in a position where you have that conversation in order to kind of like get the ball rolling in the direction of that job, which would kind of, it feels like with the Tower, free you up so you can leave maybe a previous job behind that wasn't maybe satisfactory, that wasn't maybe in alignment or authentic to you in some way, in order to kind of clear your energy or your situation of that old thing that wasn't working, in order to kind of allow something new to come in. Because think about it, the Tower is a change and transitionary card. It dismantles old things in order to rebuild something new, but more solid and secure. So it could be that having that conversation ends up getting you the job, which then ends up, and this is an example, which then ends up releasing you and liberating you, Tower, right, of that other job that wasn't really authentic to you, and then sets you up to build your career moving forward on something more authentic than before, right? Or something that is authentic. But whatever you decide to do, the action that you take in the direction of this, what it ends up doing is creating a catalyst for change and a shift in the right direction to align you with something more authentic, whether it be a relationship that is more authentic than it was before, especially if it's somebody that you need to connect with in order to heal that situation. But what ends up happening, the air gets cleared, because that's what the Tower does. It dismantles something. There's smoke in the air at first, right? There's a little bit of chaos, but then when the dust settles, everything makes sense. Everything becomes clear. There's, a clearer line of sight, and you see things for what they are and what they aren't. And there's no questioning moving forward, right? Where you stand in a situation once the dust settles. And there's a liberation that comes from that, because you're liberated of any of those things that weren't authentically aligned to you. You end up liberating yourself from all those things that you thought, that you believed, that really truly weren't in alignment with your best. That could be a job that gets released from you in order to find one, or put yourself in the position of one that will be in alignment. It could be the dismantling of old assumptions in a relationship, right? And beliefs about each other. And it's like bringing all that down, like just dismantling it so you can rebuild it, put it back together in a way that's going to be true, real, genuine, open, honest, and transparent, which then helps you and your person to rebuild, with nothing else in the way, which is lovely. So I am going to take another card. Okay, let's see here. Look at that. I love this. That's the Magician energy. Yeah, because it's like, it's giving me the vibe of like, you can do anything and accomplish anything you set your mind to. It's like you have the magic, you have the power, you have the ability to make this happen, to make this work, to bring all those goals, dreams, and things that you envision for yourself to fruition. Because he is magic, he is manifestation. And also, look at it, it's a number 1. Okay, let's not forget, the Magician is indeed a number 1. So that's a brand new beginning. So you go from like a conclusion, an ending, right? A dismantling of the old to starting something new in the direction of what you envision for yourself, what you would like to manifest. Okay. And the beautiful thing about the Magician is that, you have the skills, you have the tools, you have the know-how, the smarts, your heart is in the right place with the cup, you know, you have the spiritual inspiration and spark and passion within you. And then the pentacle is all about taking the tangible physical steps, right? And action in the direction of something you want to see grow, manifest, or develop. And the magician is that energy of you being the fifth element, right? The spiritual source that brings all of these beautiful things together to make them happen. So yeah, I feel like you bringing yourself into alignment, okay? Also, if this is not romantic or career, if this is, if anything, you bringing yourself into alignment, working on you, building yourself up, dismantling the old patterns, paradigms, and beliefs in order to make yourself a powerful, magical manifester, right? It's like you had to bring yourself into alignment, work on yourself, dismantle the old, rebuild, in order so that way you can manifest the life of your dreams. And that's what needs action also, to bring yourself in alignment, continue to do the work, continue to dismantle and shift yourself, your perspective, everything about your energy, like move it in the direction of those things that you want to manifest. So continue to do the work. Continue to take action in the direction of those things you would like to envision for yourself and the person that you want to be on the other side of it. So I feel like this is beautiful either way. What's happening here is that the minute you take action to connect, to bring yourself into alignment, to reach out in whatever area of life that you need to, again, make the connection with the Two of Cups, right? Follow your heart in that direction. You end up working toward the rebuilding process and the dismantling of those things that aren't working anymore. So that way you can build future forwardly, right? Move forward towards your future and all those intentions that you have already set. Because it feels like the action ends up putting you in the direction of doing the work to manifest it, right? But just know that when you take this action, when you reach out, a lot of things are going to get cleared away to make room for the manifestation, to make room for the new job, to make room for the rebuilding of a connection. And it's gonna shift a lot of things. So it's like you gotta also be prepared for what comes with that, right? I also feel like for some of you, if this is not love that already, you know, exists in a sense, that this is maybe new love, maybe somebody you're interested, and it's like you got to make the first move with the Two of Cups. Put energy into the connection, see where it can go, see where it can lead. The Tower energy could definitely be a catalyst. This person could be a catalyst for a major shift in your life. But what it does is help align you with what's authentic too, because we have two cards that pretty much do that. The Two of Cups is a card of alignment. You also have the Tower, which cleans the slate of those things that aren't working to, again, align you with those things that will. Those things that are more authentic to you and your self-expression and the life that you're meant to live moving forward. But what it does is set the stage for new things and puts you in a very powerful position to create the life with the magician that you want. And that Tower energy can sometimes come as a surprise. You know, it can come as a divine intervention from the universe to help clear the way for us. But oftentimes, you know, let's not neglect that sometimes we initiate that cataclysmic moment of the Tower for ourselves. We can do that for ourselves. And it does feel like, yeah, it's a little disruptive. But sometimes chaos is the biggest activator of the very change that we need. So I don't ever see the Tower energy as something negative. Because it's always one of those things that, you know, it does what it needs to do. And for me personally, I would I would always want to live my life based on the truth rather than a lie. I don't want to live my life according to anything that's not authentically good for me or doesn't help me be my best self. And the old things that aren't authentic need to come crumbling down with that tower, because you can't build a solid future. You can't manifest the things that you want to manifest or create the life that you want if there's anything that's lingering that is inauthentic to you. So just know when the tower moments hit sometimes, you know, or we initiate them for ourselves, it's so that way we can move forward with our life more authentically. And we live according to our ideals and those things that resonate with our heart. And we are liberated of anything that's not working. It's like getting it out of the way. And that's always a good thing. Because then you can rest assured that whatever you're moving forward with is solid, true. You're seeing it clearly. And there's no veil or preconceived notions, right? There's nothing kind of clouding the judgment in that way. Because you're able to see things properly. Which again empowers you to create, co-create. And put your skills to the test, right? Your magic to the test. So let's see if we can get a few cards here from the Flower Petals Oracle. I see this as a positive shift, okay? With that Two of Cups, like that action moving in the right direction to create something new and manifest something. Let's see. Oh, what? Buttercup. Be ready. The best is on its way. Okay, how much more confirmation? So yeah, don't fear the disruption of what could happen once you take the action, because the best is yet to come, right? The best is on its way. So it's like, be ready. You know, like I said, sometimes the chaos is the best activator for positive change. We just don't see it in the moment as, you know, we've disrupted our world a little bit, or things have been disrupted for us. Again, I feel that it's putting you on the path to something new, brand new energy with the number 1 of the Magician. And it's putting you in alignment. Also, we have 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 is a spiritual number, spiritual path. Also can talk about spiritual growth. So again, there's a lot of growth taking place here, but it's all leading. And even if it can be like a rude awakening or spiritual awakening for some with the Tower, it's all leading to those things that you would like to create, manifest. So be ready, because the best is on the way. Okay. For some of you also, if this is romantic, again, it feels like there was an awakening or realization that is needed, and it'll be revealed for both of you, so you can work on the relationship more authentically moving forward. Likewise, same if it's career related, especially with that 8 of Pentacles, right? Honing a skill, talent, and making it work for you. It could be that this new job or the connections that you make help put you in alignment with your actual spiritual purpose, you see, which will then help you to create the life that you want. So let's see. Oh, look at that. I love that. Lysianthus. Gratitude and grace always look lovely on you. Okay. So shift the perspective to one of gratitude. That always helps speed up the process of something, or initiate positive change and shifts in your life, because you're kind of reprogramming, right, your mindset with gratitude. And and it also helps bring you into alignment with the 2 of Cups. And it can also help dismantle old belief systems within oneself, so that way you can be more powerful in the co-creative process when it comes to manifesting. So let's see if we get a final oracle for you, pile number 2 viewers. I have the oracle. Oh, Oracle of the Fairies. That's too many. I just want one. Oracle of the Fairies. Okay. Okay, look at that. Hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can only help change a negative situation into a positive one. Absolutely. Likewise, so will the tower. The tower energy will come through to kind of, shift something that wasn't working and help, again, clear the slate. So that way you can build towards something that will. So, yeah, I like this. There's a hopeful outcome to all of this. So don't be afraid to make the connections, reach out, align yourself, right, with your goals in order to shift the energy in a positive direction. Like it says, be ready because the best is yet to come. And we know that after the tower moments, we don't always see it in the moment, right? As we're experiencing the shake up to wake up, we don't always see that the best is on its way when we're experiencing that earthquake vibe in our life, right? But it is in this case, because all that old-ish needed to fall apart. All those old things needed to fall away in order so that way you can be aligned with those wonderful things, those new things, right, on the way. So let's go ahead and grab the dice. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. These numbers, when they show up, can confirm a lot of already what I've said in this reading and or provide you with a message that maybe you need personally. I don't like to recommend a source because it could be one you don't like to. I never want to imply that one source is better over another. There are many on the internet. I'm pretty sure that your heart will kind of lead you to the right one. And I just say, trust that, go with that. Likewise, I want you to take the journey to do the research for yourself, because sometimes when you do, you come across other serendipity, synchronicity that Spirit needs you to find. And if I gave you a shortcut, I would most likely rob you of having that experience. I don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody to please refrain from putting a number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason, because we don't ever want to rob anybody of finding that magic for themselves. So let's see what angel numbers come up for you to help you with this reading. Pile number 2 viewers. Okay, we have a 6. A 0. And a 3. So go ahead and look up 603. I'll put that number in the screen for you. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive readings and content that I put out there for members only. And you could also support what I do here by visiting my Etsy store. Link is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit. I have really cool handmade crystal jewelry and crafts that I make there on my free time, as well as personal readings upon my availability, which can sometimes be very limited, but I always try my best to make sure I have space, right, to do readings for people, for those who are interested. So just visit my shop whenever you get the chance, see what's there, and you could purchase a reading at any time. Much love to you, pile number 2 viewers. Take care and always keep shining. Pile number 3 viewers, you chose Amethyst for your crystal. This is your tarot deck. This is the Green Witch Tarot. And for your reading today, we are looking at what action is needed from you right now. So it could be action in a particular area of your life that needs your attention. But let's see, what needs action from you right now? Pile number 3 viewers, Green Witch Tarot for you. Let's see. And if I need more cards, I will grab off to the side here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have the 3 of Cups, King of Cups, King of Chalices, and wow. Beautiful goddess energy over here, Venus herself with the Empress. Okay, so I love this. First of all, we have a 33, which is a really good number, right? That's a master number, 33. I would definitely look that up for an angel number, although I am actually going to pull 4 angel numbers at the very, very end to help, provide additional messages for your reading. But I love that the 3 here is a theme. Now, what this is saying is with that 3 of Cups, there needs to be some networking. That energy can talk about making friends, finding your soul tribe, making connections, perhaps putting yourself out there in a community, maybe connecting with those who have similar interests and hobbies. I get the vibe that for some of you, yes, this is a love reading, because it's saying here with the Three of Cups that maybe you need to go out more with friends. Maybe you need to put yourself out there on the dating scene. Because I see a match here. I see a love connection possibly with the King of Cups and the Empress as kind of like a power couple, right? The feeling is here, you might be surprised your friends could connect you with somebody who would help match or kind of mirror the love that you have within yourself, right? Mirror that back to you in some way. Because the Three of Cups can talk about parties, gatherings, events, right? So it's like this feeling of needing to go out there, meet new people, connect, make connections. And I'm not necessarily saying online, right? Because I always think of the Three of Cups as an energy where you're actually going out there. You're hanging out with your friends, you're doing activities, you're going to parties and gatherings, and actually meeting people physically face to face, enjoying each other's company. And it's feeling like if you do that, you're going to connect with somebody, you're going to find love. And it could be that, you know, you're feeling good about yourself with that divine feminine energy of the Empress. You're highly aligned, right, with that good vibe energy within yourself. And that just ends up being a magnet to attract love into your life, attract a king possibly into your life. Likewise, you as a king, right, going out, hanging out with friends, asking your friends to, you know, maybe introduce you to new people if possible, ends up connecting you with that divine feminine energy of the Empress, and there you have a beautiful match, right? So either way, I see a power couple here, but it's going to require that you get out there in order to find your other, right, your other complementing force. The beautiful, really cool thing about this card is that you have the honeybee, right? The honeybee. Honeybee is a symbol of success. And it's a sweet energy, right? It makes things sweeter. Like your hard work ends up paying off with that energy. So yeah, you might have to kind of put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone a little bit to meet new people. But it's feeling like it'll be worth your while, because those encounters, those connections, you'll end up having something that you will yield from it. Now, if this isn't love, right, telling you to go out there and have some fun in order to meet new people and make connections to maybe find the love of your life, then this is about you networking, right? You networking, making the connections to find people that you vibe with, that get you. And it does feel like, because it's energy of creation, number 3, right? It's energy of creation, expansion, growth, and manifestation. So it does feel like, especially with the bee energy, that if you make the right connections, that you network, you put yourself out there, that you allow yourself to just, I don't know, I'm getting the feeling of making yourself vulnerable. Likewise, if it's love, making yourself emotionally available, right? Letting your guard down a bit. Same thing applies if this is creative and has to do with your manifestation. It's about sharing your authentic self, making connections, putting yourself out there so people can. Because the feeling I just got is, how are people going to be able to soak up the beauty of your lovely energy, right, with these 2 cards if you hide yourself under a rock? And that goes either way. Because some of you might have creative endeavors and talents that you want to maybe bring to the world to lift the vibe, right, with the collective, let's say. But you're not going to be able to accomplish that if you're hiding yourself under a rock, if you're not sharing your gifts, your talents, and those things that make you beautifully you. Likewise, you know, there's all this B energy, which is saying that, you know, you have a labor of love that maybe needs to be shared with the Three of Cups out there. And that trust that the minute you take the action to begin to share it and start sharing your authentic self and the love that you have for maybe what you do or what your creative endeavors are, or your talents, right? You end up opening up the door to abundance with the Empress energy. You end up planting seeds in fertile ground. You end up being a magnet to attract all the things that you desire and attract them abundantly. You also put yourself in a position to birth your dreams, I guess, birth your dreams into reality, because I always call the Empress the birth of a dream, because she gestates the seeds of intention within her womb in the subconscious, right? Because she represents the subconscious. She ends up birthing, right, the seeds that she has planted in her subconscious mind into the physical world. And there's a gestation period from the time the seed is planted until it's born in your physical reality. But eventually that intention has to be birthed into reality. It will. It always does. So it's like, take action. If you want to birth this intention into your physical reality, you're going to have to take the action to make the connections, to network, to put yourself out there, to connect with the people who maybe will value your talents and your gifts and the things that make you truly authentically you. Making those connections, finding that community. And it's like the minute that you do, you put yourself out there, you kind of get out from under your rock. I don't know why I'm keep getting that vibe, but the minute that you do, you end up finding exactly what you're looking for. You end up feeling happy and content within yourself, having your cup runneth over, right, with the King of Cups. And you end up being placed on the path to make your dreams or birth your dreams into reality and do it abundantly. She does have the cornucopia, right? I don't know, she's kind of giving me Fortuna vibes as well, in that way. But the feeling is here that you have a lot of love to give, whether it be to the things that you love doing, your passions, your talents, your gifts. You have a lot of love to give in general, because it feels like if this is love, you've leveled yourself up, you've learned to love yourself, and now it's like, okay, that cup is ready to be shared with someone else. Because you're radiating this high vibe energy of the Empress or King. So the feeling is here, your cup is full, you're filling your cup, or you've learned to love yourself, you're sitting very securely within who you are, you know what it is that you want, and it's just a matter of time before the universe starts mirroring everything that you've embodied for yourself, starts mirroring it back to you. And it does feel like there's potential to have all this mirrored back to you, but you're going to have to put yourself out there to do it, or to receive it, and to become the magnet that you are for it. Because you have talents, you have gifts, you have abilities, you have love to share with others in a community, or, you know, with like-minded souls. And it's like the more that you take action in the direction of those things that really are authentically, truly, genuinely you, to your most fullest expression with that King of Cups, the more you do that, the more you end up being a magnet to attract and have the universe, the world, mirror everything abundantly back to you. And you just place yourself in a powerful position to birth your dreams into reality. Three of Cups is also celebration energy. So you might be able to network via, you know, a party or a gathering, a meeting, maybe social media, sure. I mean, the beautiful thing about these cards, if you look at them, everybody's fed. Everybody has their cups full. There's food on the table. You know, there's plenty. So there's abundance looking to come your way in many different forms. Whether it be love, sharing your gifts and talents, having them well received by others, and having it bear some kind of fruit long term, right? It's like the minute you do, it's like others looking at you favorably in this way. And it just helps move things along so that way, you know, you can reap the rewards, right, of a sweet life, of success, because bees represent the sun and they symbolize success as well. Yeah, it feels like a reward for your labor in some way. And again, ironically, no pun intended here with the Earth Mother energy of the Empress. But she does labor, right, to bring something through into the world. Child, perhaps. The birth of a dream or creation, right? It is a creative process with that energy. So there is a little labor involved in that. We have two energies of labor. We have the bee energy and we have the energy of the Empress. So there's a labor of love somewhere in this picture, creatively for some of you, yes. But it's going to require that you make the connections and that you don't hide yourself or your talents or your gifts under a rock anymore, that you share yourself authentically, make yourself open and available. And it's like the minute that you do, right, and you're not afraid anymore to share yourself that way, you end up creating fertile ground for all of these things, all these blessings to come your way. Likewise, you know, you can't hide yourself under a rock also if you're looking to find love. So you're going to have to get out there, right? And especially if you're ready for it. You've done the work. It looks like you've leveled up with these two energies to embody that, the love that you would like to receive, right? You've already embodied love yourself. You've learned to love yourself. And you're taking on this beautiful high vibe energy. You're exuding that already. And you could be perfectly aligned. Like you're in a perfect position right now to receive love. But if you're not putting yourself out there, how are you going to meet anybody in order, right, to make the connections that can lead you to that love that'll complement you? So this is what it's about. It's about going out there, having some fun. And in the midst of maybe having your fun, you end up coming across somebody who compliments you beautifully. So I have the Flower Petals Oracle that I am going to be using for you. Bear with me one second to get additional messages here. All right, let's see. And, you know, the feeling is some of you might be a little shy, you know, and I get that. I mean, I myself am very much introverted. So, yeah, it's not always easy, right? Sometimes you rather stay away from people or stay away from going out in public places and whatnot. Just because you value your privacy or, you know, whatnot. There's a million different reasons. Social anxiety a little bit, right? And that's not always easiest to do, but the feeling is here maybe to take a chance and open yourself up to, and you might be surprised, right, what it brings or who it brings. All right, so it says, hold on, Lilac, the future is sometimes lost in the wanderings of yesterday. Interesting. the feeling that that gave me is we can hold ourselves back. And sometimes, you know, we got to try something new, because we can rob ourselves of the future if we don't. If we linger in the past and we kind of linger in those things that we're used to or comfortable with, or we're afraid to get out of our comfort zone, right? We can kind of rob ourselves of what's possible because we don't take a chance. We kind of stick to what we know. But that energy is kind of giving me the vibe that there's a need to try new things, because you don't want to lose out on what's ahead of you or what's possible for you, right? It says the future is sometimes lost in the wanderings of yesterday. Yesterday is the past. We don't want to linger there. We don't want to linger on those things of the past or the way things were in the past. We want to kind of step into the future or step into the new, try new things. Okay. Guerrera Daisy. It says, show appreciation and joy shall follow. Yeah. Start living life, having more fun, appreciating the good vibes, the good times, right? Yeah, I feel like that's just basically telling you to go out there and have some fun and enjoy every day, right? Don't take anything for granted, right? Go out and live your life, live your best life, and thrive. And it says, you know, joy shall follow. Like, you wake up with a happy heart. You wake up with gratitude. You show appreciation for maybe your journey, how far you come, for your friends, your family, right? And it's like all these good things start to come when you kind of shift your energy to gratitude and appreciation. That's just a natural, to me, it's a natural catalyst for speeding up the process of anything you want to bring into your world. Showing appreciation for it before it's even arrived, you see? So I have the Oracle of the Fairies. Let's see if we can get a final oracle for you. You're pile number 3, and you got, like I said, you had the 2 3s, 33 on the table. That's pretty cool. Synchronistic in a way, right? Okay, what do we have here? Look at that. Motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. Look at that. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it, right? Get out there. Do it already. Don't hesitate. Don't hold yourself back. Don't think that it's not possible. Because again, if this is, whether this is love or whether it's a creative idea, you need to kind of like pursue or push forward with or expose to the world, right? This is saying don't hold yourself back by thinking that maybe, oh, I don't know if I can, or thinking about maybe previous failures or things that went wrong in the past, because you don't want to rob yourself of the future, of birthing this into your world by lingering too much on those things in the past, right? And spring is new life. It's energy of new life and rebirth after the cold winter. Right? So it's when spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. That's the time to take action, because new things are coming about. New things are presenting themselves, showing themselves, revealing themselves. New things are coming to life. There's new opportunities. And it's like you're going to have to take action in the moment when you see those new opportunities be presented in front of you. So it's like, don't hesitate either when they show themselves or when they approach you. Right? Don't hesitate on the opportunity. Take it up. If a friend invites you to go to a party or to a gathering or to do something outside of the box, outside of what you're normally comfortable with, take them up on it. Right? Spring into action, like it says. Get motivated to get out of your comfort zone. Do something different, because the minute that you do, what it does is put you in a very powerful position to attract the very things you want to birth into your experience. Okay? And to birth new conditions and things into your life. So it says if there's something you've been merely thinking about doing and you haven't done it yet, the fairy is basically telling you to hurry up and do it. Okay? Don't hold yourself back anymore. Because again, your energy's very high vibe right now. It's beautiful. It's magnetic. And it's attracting, trying to attract this abundance into your life. But again, you can't hide your light under a rock. There's a whole community of people looking to receive your gifts and your talents and to see the real you, right? And there's people who are going to appreciate this and want more of that. And also the feeling is when you do, you make the right connections and you network in that way, there's a whole support team or support system with the Three of Cups to help make your dreams come true. Right? To connect you with the right people, the right places, the right scenarios and situations to bring this dream to life. You just got to know it, feel it, own it with all your heart. Right? Especially if it's something you wish to manifest, a goal or a creative endeavor. Likewise, love is out there for some of you, but if you're afraid to get out there, you know, how is that complementing force ever going to find you if you hide yourself under a rock? So get motivated, try something different, because the very thing that you want is out there and it's ready to be birthed into your world and experience. But, you know, you got to get motivated. So let's see if we can get some angel numbers for you, pile number 3 viewers. I already said angel number 33, so please look that up. I'm going to put that in the screen in addition to the ones you're going to get on the dice. But if you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. The angel numbers that show up may confirm a lot of what I've already said in this reading and or provide you with messages that you need personally right now in this moment. I don't give you a source because it could be one you don't like, and 2, I never want to imply that one source is better over another. There are many on the internet, and I want your heart, right, to guide you to the one that you feel drawn to. Trust the one that resonates with you in that sense. Likewise, I don't give you a number interpretation because I never want to rob you of taking the journey to find the number interpretation for yourself, because along the way, you might come across other signs and synchronicity, serendipity that Spirit needs you to find. If I gave you a shortcut, I would indeed probably rob you of that experience. I don't want that to happen. That's why I don't give you a shortcut or a source. Likewise, I try to remind everybody to please refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for this same reason, because we want everybody to have the chance of finding that magic for themselves. Okay, so let's see what numbers come up for you. Pile number 3 viewers. 1. Okay. 0. And 5. So 105. Okay, go ahead and look up that number. Also look up number 33. I'll put the numbers in the screen for you. Again, if you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings that I put out for members only. You could also support my channel via my Etsy store. The link to my Etsy shop is down below in the description box. You can pay me a visit there. I have handmade crystal jewelry and crafts that I make on my free time, as well as personal readings upon my availability, which at times can be somewhat limited, but I always try my best to get readings out there for those of you who are interested. It's just a matter of checking out my Etsy shop, see what readings are available, and you can purchase a reading at any time. So much love to you wherever you are. Pile number 3 viewers, take care of yourself and always keep shining.